Yeah, we at Axon we fundamentally believe that there will be a so-called integrated travel. It is not the solution to electrify the cars. It must be that we try to share the mode of transport, the vehicles itself. So there's for sure, for long distance, there are a lot of trains and there will be a lot of trains, but then for so-called first last mile services, I think we will see a ramp up of on-demand services, potentially governmental owned on-demand services or private-public partnerships, and that's what that's I think a logic consequence that people start to not own the car anymore, but have a lot of flexibility from the system itself. First of all, we go into a close collaboration with the public transport operators and authorities because we fundamentally believe that's a kind of governmental job to do. Secondly, we do enable them by our tech to understand how people travel. So we monitor the positions of the smartphones and then we exactly know with what kind of mode of transport they are traveling. We start to understand people's habits and then we have a kind of nudging technology integrated into either the public transport operators app or ourselves and tell them, hey, there is a better way to travel because there's a lot of traffic on the highway. Take your car, park it at that kind of public transport station and then take the train and the subway to the downtown city. And at the very end, and that's how we make money, we say, thank you for doing that, and you get a free coffee at Costas. The coffee is paid by Costas and they pay us a commission. And I think it has been quite heavily appreciated because first of all, it comes from a market where public transport is used with 80%. So it illustrates also that real estate and real estate object is the next income stream for public transport organizations because they can't sell any more tickets in Japan, so they own the stations and they do a lot of money by owning the kind of real estate, right? And secondly, I think it's also to see how other markets far, far away from Europe are going into the kind of innovation and what they are doing. I guess we got a lot of quite exciting reaction because of the fact that we illustrated how a public transport operator can treat a loyal customer in a way that they are used from retailers but not from public transport. So we say, thank you for using us again, thank you that you're traveling 5 times a week, and so on and so on. And you get it from the Amazons and whatever of the world, but you never saw it from the governmental point of view. For Axon, it's super important to sponsor the festival because we're getting a lot of traction through to the sponsoring. I mean, we are a very small company. We have a good standing in the industry so far, but I think this kind of standing also comes from the presence at such kind of shows like the World Rail Passenger Festival here in Amsterdam. You meet your colleagues, your partners in person again, so because that, particularly nowadays with all the kind of virtual meetings, builds just a totally different relationship. If you see each other, if you can have a coffee or a beer together, right? So that's super, super important. On the other hand, I think it's also quite interesting for a company like us to see potential competitors, existing competitors. So it's a good overview about the market and it's a good overview about what are the trends from a potential customer partner perspective.